Thanks, James. All right, everybody, welcome to the new ZeroAvia facility. I'm Miftakhov, CEO and founder of ZeroAvia. I founded the company 4 years ago, and if anybody wants to take seats, maybe pull them in a little bit so that they're not in the sun, but feel free, okay? So I started the company 4.5 years ago. Initially, we had our first location in San Carlos, California. And for those of you who know what a flying El Camino is, it's our little 1969, I believe, El Camino truck with a first version of our power plant and a propeller sitting on it. And we tried to run some tests of that thing over in San Carlos in one of the industrial warehouses, and got promptly kicked out. Within I think a month or two, and that's when we moved to Hollister. So we're here since September 2018, I believe, or maybe even August 2018, in one of the hangars on the other side. So this was the location for our first flight ever in 2019, in February of 2019. It's a really good history with the location here, with the airport, and now we're super excited to be expanding it even more with this beautiful location. It's just the start. So wanted maybe to give you a little bit of a brief on the company, what the company is doing, and what the overall plans are. So we are a global company. We have 5 different locations today. The 3 main locations are here in Hollister, in Seattle, on Painfield, which is just north of Seattle downtown, and a large location in the UK. We have about 150 people at this point, about 25 here in this location. We're looking to grow this location at least 2x in the next 12 months and then beyond. The company is working on bringing aviation to the clean future. So our approach is hydrogen electric power plants. We are a power plant company, so we build engine replacements. You will see some demonstrations later today on the what we call Hypertruck, which is our ground demonstration platform that our engineers here built and operate. It has exact configuration as will go onto this aircraft. And that configuration is also on the aircraft that we have in the UK. You might have seen some of the video running on the screen there that shows that exact power plant or a copy of it put on the aircraft, the exact same type of aircraft in the UK. It's leading a little bit this location, but we're looking to build an identical demonstration machine here, and then start using it for additional testing of additional equipment and new technologies that we're developing here in Hollister. So it's a global company. We're looking to get to at least 250, 300 people in the next 12 months globally. And of course, this location is quite important for us as being a historic location. So why hydrogen? We looked at different technologies early on, and some folks are doing a lot with batteries and pushing battery electric aircraft. We think that for large aircraft over long distances, batteries will not really work, right? And my previous company that I sold 4.5 years ago and built it up to the largest actually electric vehicle infrastructure, smart infrastructure company before that, we worked with all the automakers and a lot of electric vehicles, looked at the batteries, we understand the batteries, and we know that the batteries will not work for large aircraft. It's just too heavy, the cycle life is too small, too low, and as a result, everything will cost too much, and some of the large aircraft will just not be able to fly. So because of that, we are going after hydrogen as the main fuel source or fuel type. Hydrogen is 3 times better than jet fuel on a per kilogram basis in terms of energy. So it is the best fuel for aviation because the weight matters so much, and a lot of you, of course, know that. It also can be used in a very efficient way through the fuel cell systems that you will see on the, you can take a look what they look like, and you will operation. Fuel cell system takes hydrogen, takes oxygen from the air, produces electricity, and then we run electric motors with that electricity. So that is a very efficient way to utilize hydrogen. So you start with 3x better, and then you make it even better with the fuel cells. The typical fuel cell powertrain that you see here is about 50%, 55% efficient in cruise, compared to a P2-6 turbine engine, small turbine engine that it replaces, about maybe 25% efficient. So you have double the efficiency, 3x better weight, performance of the fuel, double the efficiency of the power plant. So you can actually get aircraft that performs better and flies longer than the jet fuel aircraft with this type of technology. And that's really what excites us, and also our investors. Many of you know from some of my previous discussions, we have gathered attention and support from quite a set of marquee investors. So Amazon is an investor, Shell on the infrastructure side, and Amazon is interesting because they also are a big operator, of course, right? So Amazon facility right there, and all the prime traffic for Amazon that all of us love, click and it shows up, right? That's air. And Amazon wants by 2035, they want to make all of that air, all of their operations, including that air, zero emission, right? And they bet on us to help them get there, right? So it's really exciting. They're growing super fast, of course, and they're supporting us both as a customer and as an investor in all our rounds. Now we got also support from Bill Gates Foundation. Breakthrough Energy Ventures is an investor in the company, large investor in the company, as well as a number of different operators by now. So British Airways is an investor, United Airlines, Alaska Airlines. Right? All of these are launch customers of various types of aircraft that we're planning to bring to the market. This is just the beginning of our commercial size aircraft that we're looking to put in service at around 2024, commercial service, so people will be able to buy tickets for flights in that type of aircraft. And of course, a lot of testing, a lot of development has to go on before that, and that's what this facility will be doing. And as I talked with a few of you, this is again just the beginning. We're looking to expand in the field as well, and we think Hollister is really, out of all opportunities in the greater Bay Area, is the best location. We really think that's the best location. The combination of the area itself, the weather, the runway configuration here, availability of lands, all of those things are very, very fitting. And when we looked at pretty much 150 mile radius around Bay Area, center of Bay Area, to look at various fields to see what locations we want to use, and Hollister was the best. So I think for the local government, the message is, this is a gem, and we're happy to be here, and we hope to help you also develop it, not just for us, but also for other companies in our industry to come in and work here. So after this type of aircraft, we're looking at flying 50-seater aircraft next year. So probably towards the end of next year, our power plants are going to be of the size, about 3 times more powerful than this. That will be sufficient to fly 50, 70-seat aircraft, and that's a demonstrator that we're planning to have late next year. And of course, hoping to have an opportunity to do it here as well. And overall, and a question from a couple of you, like what's the end scale, right? What's the opportunity here? An opportunity, again, because hydrogen is even better fuel than jet fuel and fuel cells are so efficient, the opportunity is to get to all sizes of aircraft over time, right? So you can see the regional jets, and we already have the relationship with the manufacturers there. The regional jets flying by the end of the decade on this type of fuel, this type of technology. And then single aisle, so narrow body, 737, A320, maybe before 2035 and beyond, right? There are no physical limits, unlike batteries, that prevent us from getting to that size. And that's really exciting, right? This is a huge industry already, $1.5 trillion total aviation, 100 billion in engines, 200 billion in fuel, 200 billion in airframes, and $1 trillion in operation. And we are the company that's worldwide now accepted that we're out of the startups in the field, we're at the top of the game, right? We have the support of the investors, we have the support of the ecosystem, of the operators. Nobody else has this level of support. So we're pushing it forward, and hopefully continue pushing it forward with you and in this location as well. Big part of what we're doing is, in addition to power plants and airplanes, we're also taking a big role in the infrastructure side, because the second question that everybody asks, like when we go to United and we have a discussion about this and say, "Wow, it's great, this power plant, the fuel cells, all awesome. Where are we going to get fuel? Who do I call to get hydrogen?" Right? And there's nobody to call today to get hydrogen to the airport. So we partnered up with a few partners, including Shell, who's our early investor, to really work on the infrastructure angle as well. And then some of you already had some discussions about what it means for the permitting and various things, but we are planning to put fueling infrastructure here as well, with the electrolysis systems, and showcase how we will produce hydrogen fuel at the airports, and then scale it up. Right, so I want to call Arnav, who's our VP of Infrastructure, to say a few things about our infrastructure approach. Arnav's coming to us from Shell, so we got them to invest, and then we stole some of their people. Thanks very much.